What up, party people? Today we are looking at the Hitway BK10 folding e-bike. What do you get for your money? This is a true UK legal folding e-bike, 250 watt motor, 36 12 amp hour battery. You have got 20 inch by 3 inch wheels, shocks at the front, there is no preload, there is no lockout on them, mechanical disc brakes. They are, I'll have a look in a minute to see what size. My eyes don't work. 160mm disc brakes. Adjustable handlebars, folding handlebars. It folds in the middle. Suspension seat post, as you can see. Doesn't say what rating the rack is on the back. I'm going to give it a 25 kilogram. Most of them seem to come into that. Mechanical disc brakes on the back. Yeah, it is an entry-level budget e-bike. It's got brake lights, it's got front lights, all tuned in, LCD display, 3 levels of power assist, takes you up to a speed of 15.5 miles an hour, with, of course, the Shimano Tawny, which one's this? TZ, 7-speed gear set. I'll bring you in, show you around. From the cockpit, nice and sturdy paddle type hand grips. There's your Shimano gear set, all works fine. Bell, LCD display. As you can see, gives you all the information you need. Trip, voltage, time, and the distance you've done. I'm 21 miles into this trip of a 25-mile trip. As you can see, I've got one battery bar left. I have been using it the vast majority of the time on pedal assist 3, purely to maintain that 15.5 mile an hour. There you have your adjustable handlebars. So here you have your quick release type handlebars. You've also got to shimmy it over like that to unlock it. Double feature, which is good. 4 LED light, metal mud guards, 20 inch wheels, suspension. You've got folding plastic pedals, like so, for when it's folded. There's your Shimano Tawny. Rack, brake light, and there's your brakes. Side stand. If you have a look here, you can see the standard of the welds. I don't mind them. Paintwork and everything is fine. So, climbing ability, it's got 50 Newton meters of torque, give or take, powering you up those hills. And they say absolute best range on electric mode. Obviously pedal assist 1 is 90 kilometers, so about 55 miles or so. If you want to pedal around at 9 mile an hour, I suppose it may well do it. I'd be unsure. All in all, the build quality is fine. It was easy enough to assemble out of the box. It folds the same as every other bike. I'm not going to show you how to fold it. It's a clip there, you pull, drop the handlebars, pop it in the middle, fold up your pedals, drop the seat, done. It is slightly shorter in length than other bikes that have this styling. Works absolutely fine. I'm 5'9" and a fag butt, short in trunk, long in leg, 32 inch inside leg, and it is no problem for me. You can see I'm on tiptoes there, and the leg extension is not far off being right. I have still got more room to make this higher, and the handlebars are extendable. So there's quite a variety of people that could ride this bike. I'm going to take you for a spin now, then I'm going to come back and give you a rundown of what I think. Alright, so as usual, we will see what it's like as a bike. 20 inch wheels, 20 by 3 inch wheels, 3 inch fat tyres. Pedals fine. Gears changing. Normal Shimano Tawny. Up to 5th gear. 7th gear. Getting up to speed. I'm doing a 15.5 mile an hour now. And it's comfortable to pedal. I wouldn't want to go much quicker. So True 250 watt motor is going to bring you up to that 15.5 mile an hour. You're going to potter everywhere on this bike at 15.5 / 18 mile an hour, say. But it's okay. First impressions, the seat is pretty comfy, decent upright position, handlebars feel narrower than normal. The suspension seat post has quite a lot of travel in it, as you can see, and feels quite clunky, not very smooth, but literally the first time I've sat on this bike. So that may improve. It definitely works, but as you can see, it's a very bouncy seat post. Yeah, all in all, not a bad place to be at the moment. Coming to the start of our first 10% hill. Doing 15.5 miles an hour, pedal assist 3, in 7th gear. I'll see how many gears I need to change down. Meant to have about 50 Newton meters of torque, so it should have no problem with this. And to be fair, let's get that down into 5th. Yeah, absolutely zero problem climbing this hill. I've got a feeling it is a bigger motor than a 250 watt, but with the battery size and the controller, that's what limits the motor, which means it's not under a lot of stress a lot of the time because it's not operating at full capacity. I could be wrong, but it's a very similar size motor to some of the others of 500 watt and larger, and they claim it's a 250 watt. I haven't found a way to unlock it yet. Not really looked, literally pulled out of the box and got on it. But now the speedo only goes up to 15.5 miles an hour, so I'm probably doing close to 30 at the moment. Handle speed okay, no issues there, absolutely fine, no chance of me pedalling. That's interesting, the speedo only goes up to 15.5 miles an hour. Bit weird. It definitely feels a lot less intimidating than some of the other bikes that look very similar to this, and you can tell that it is more of a budget bike by some of the fixtures and fittings. That in no way means that it feels cheap. Just a few things you notice: amount of suspension travel, the slight jankiness of the seat post, the pedals absolutely do a job, but are very plasticky. You do need to work through the gears a bit to keep that momentum going, but yeah, no problem so far. At the price point it's at the moment, I know they've got sales on, but this is currently under 700 quid. And if you've been looking at some of the other models that sit around the grand, but you don't need that sort of speed or power, but you do like the look of them, this is a slightly, it's not massively smaller, a slightly smaller version of it. Smaller wheels, completely UK legal. There's no throttle on it, although there is a connection for you to put a throttle on it. It doesn't come supplied though, so that'll have to be something you source. Now they do the bigger brother version of this, which has got a few more bells and whistles. I believe it's a bit more powerful. You'd have to have a look to see exactly what it does offer. But so far, this bike offers, well, definitely offers a lot for the price. But even comfort-wise and usability-wise, although it's a cadence sensor, we all know my feelings on them. Oh yeah, a little bit janky. Get around now. The pickup's quick when you start pedaling. Let's have a little check of that. Right, 1, 2 seconds. Obviously at speed, your pedals will be going around quicker, therefore it'll kick in quicker. But from an almost standstill, 2 seconds. Now I've stopped on a hill, I'm in 7th gear, which is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Oh. There we go. You've got to remember to make sure you're in the right gear should you come to a stop on a hill. Little things. The grips don't move. I need to tighten up the actual handlebars a bit because I just rotated the whole handlebars. That's me putting it together, that ain't them. I'll keep an eye on that just so it don't fall off and kill me en route. Again, when you dab the brakes, the motor shuts off. All good. Brakes are mechanical disc brakes and they work, although they do need bedding in because they are brand new. I am not disliking this bike at the moment. Hats off to it. Let's have a quick look at level 1. What speed you get each level. So, about 8 mile an hour level 1, 12 mile an hour level 2, 15.5 mile an hour level 3. Is what it is. 15.5 mile an hour is an okay speed to travel, unless you're on busy roads. I mean, city commuting, not a problem. Just around town, not a problem. These cycle tracks, lovely. I just prefer to have a bit of grunt. There's a bit of rattling and stuff going on. I'll find out what that's from. Quite an undulating little track here, bit rooty, bit bumpy. This suspension seat post is definitely doing a job. One thing I will say with it is there is still a lot of travel on it. I don't see it as a bad thing. I could see it being off-putting for some people with the amount that you are travelling up and down. I genuinely don't see it as a problem. All entry-level stuff for suspension, brakes, pedals and everything, but it all works. There's nothing there that I'm frightened is going to break or fall off. Again, the welds are big, thick, agricultural welds. It's just dragging me along. Today's going to be a leisurely pace review. I ain't really got an option but to be a leisurely pace review. Yeah, it's definitely not a bad little bike. I mean, I think it's intended market, people's first time e-bike, you know, it definitely ticks a lot of boxes, and at the price it's at, I reviewed a couple of, not including the tiny little folders, a couple of cheap e-bikes under the 600 quid mark and stuff like that. This is definitely ahead of them. Comfort wise, suspension wise, power wise. Yeah, it's doing well. It is doing well. I do need to find out what a couple of those knocks are. It's not the seat. Yeah, no idea. You do miss that little blip of the throttle when you're pulling away on a hill, etc, etc. You can add it. But look, 15.5 miles an hour at the moment, and we're gonna fly up this hill, short hill, steep hill, as if it's nothing. But when you do come to a road, really, I should have been ready to change down gears. Obviously that one there was no problem. Wonder if it's that stand. Nope, that feels rather secure. Ah, that's what it is. The locking mechanism has got up and down movement. It's not going to unlock itself because you've got a clip on it that stops that. But yeah, it's just that jiggling about. The fitment and fittings of it, as I say, you can notice that it's on the budget side. Thank you. The folding mechanism that it's got, thank you, on the front especially is like a quick release, but it's also a clamp, so it's nice and safe. But on most of the other bikes, it's a little latch and just a pull. So it looks more primitive, is probably more safe, but yeah, it just looks at the budget end of it. Same with the fact that you've got the mechanical disc brakes. They stop you. They're disc brakes. And the plastic pedals and things like that. But, as I say, 699 quid at the minute. You can't really argue with it. I think I've been spoilt a bit with some of these all singing, all dancing ones that look flash as flip and definitely do a job. When you get on something that is actually built for the UK roads, you feel a little underwhelmed, even though it's doing everything you're asking it to do. This is not struggling with anything. It genuinely isn't. As I say, all the bumps are being absorbed. The power is there on the hills. But once you've souped up something like the Hitway Engine Pro or the Vitalan, and you're doing 25, 28 mile an hour uphill, at 15 mile an hour it feels quite pedestrian. But it's a UK legal e-bike, so it's doing everything it says it wants to do. So for the next 10 miles I'm going to be doing nothing but swallowing bugs. I've had to come out nice and early because it is going to be hotter than Lucy Rose Donlan today, and I've got to get work building my shed. So I've got a lot of e-bikes to store. But, you know, winding round these cycle paths, avoiding joggers. It is still early. Might be approaching 8 o'clock, I'm not sure. Ignore that cyclist dismount sign. There we go. Zero problem. Handles everything with ease. And the pickup of the pedal assist is not ferocious, it's not going to catch you by surprise, but it's quick enough to be usable. The ergonomics really are good. I'm in a nice position. I am Mr. Off the Peg. 5'9" and a fag butt, short in trunk, long in leg. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, comfy place to be. I think you could get a relatively tall person on it. The handlebars are adjustable, the seat is adjustable. I'm getting a decent enough leg extension and I've still got room to go higher. Same with the handlebars. All right, mate.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
I was a little bit cheeky there because I shouldn't really be cycling over that bridge. But that is the first time I've encountered someone coming the other way. That would be annoying after a while, that rattling. It's definitely the clasp. But now I know what it is, I'm going to ignore it because it doesn't mean anything's got to fall off. These fat tyre e-bikes, I think I actually prefer the 3-inch wheels to the 4-inch wheels. So if they'd done like a 22, 24-inch wheel with 3-inch wheels, I think it'd be better than a 20 with 4-inch wheels. I could be wrong. It's just less rolling resistance when you do need to pedal. And is 4-inch too much? It makes the bike look a lot less aggressive in total. So when you are cycling through places like this, where you are sharing it with dog walkers and runners, they don't think, oh look, a bloke with a Jeep is coming. This suspension seat post definitely doing the job, and it might free up and get a little less janky with time. The Hitway is ticking a lot of boxes at the minute. Is it the best e-bike I've reviewed? Definitely not. Is it value for money? I'd say so. I'll see how far I get on the battery. I'm doing 25/30 miles today, but I am keeping it on pedal assist 3 the whole way. Be interesting if it makes it. I'll be gutted if it don't. So I've lost 2 bars already, and I've only done 8 miles. Has only got a small battery. I reckon you can get away with either taping that down or putting a bungee or something over it, because that rattling will do my boxing after a while. Going through the greasy cobbly area now. Obviously these fat tyres are not going to be affected by the cobbles at all. Yeah, nothing. They've fixed all the muddy sections, so I can't test it on that anymore. Although this is still fairly zero problem. Muddy going up there. I need to find out where that rattling is coming from. I don't think it is actually that catch. The catch is loose, but it sounds like a different... Might be coming from the key. I've had to go round and wiggle everything and there's nothing apparent. I don't know, but I don't like it. Coming up to the part now that is really going to test the suspension. It is loaded with potholes, as you can see. And I've got to say, that's handling it with ease. It ain't bad. Not bad at all. For the price point, I'm still in the seat. My monkey stump is not hurt. Can't really argue with that. Result. I think this definitely would benefit with a bigger battery, purely to give you more range at 15.5 miles an hour. I'm not talking about top speed being better or anything like that. But, yeah. 10 miles in, 2 bars down. You know, it is what it is. You're looking at a bike with a battery of this size. And who knows, let's have a look what I've got left after 25 miles. I can't judge it too harshly yet because I haven't done the trip. This has been an effortless, non-eventful ride, which is an endorsement. So if you're looking for a thrilling, exciting, balls out ride, this isn't necessarily it. Bleeding flies. If you want to get from A to B, carrying some kit, yeah, absolutely gonna nail everything you need it to do. I would go bike packing on this bike. You've just got to be aware of the 3 levels of pedal assist only, and the changing of the gear and the small battery, so you couldn't go too far. But I think this could take you most places you wanted to go carrying kit. It's definitely more a daily rider going to and from work, down the shops, going out for rides with the kids, stroke wife. Yeah. But I am down to 2 bars of battery after 13 miles. And for quite a while now, I've actually been in pedal assist 2, cruising along at 12 miles an hour. That could be a little bit of a concern. Again, I'll let you know, at this rate, I'm not making the 25-30 mile route. If it ain't making 25-30 mile, what use is it? So the saddle isn't bad, isn't good. As they say, there's no such thing as a good bike seat, with the exception of the DYU for 500. More people need to use that bike seat. But yeah, I have got a numb bum. It's not too painful, but you are able to stand up if need be. But you've got no throttle to maintain it going. Good little bike. It is a good little bike. Only reservation would be the range. Don't know what's going on with this speedo. I think it registers the last speed that you pedalled. No, it doesn't. It only registers the top speed in whatever pedal assist you're in. Let's take it out. So you get 9.3 mile an hour on pedal assist 1, 12.4 on pedal assist 2, because it only reads that pedal assist level. A bit weird, isn't it? That's the second one I've had where the speedos, I mean the other one only read the speedo as you were pedaling. Odd. Normally at this point I'd crank it up to max and go, but the max is 15.5 mile an hour, so it's got to be much the same as the rest of the trip. I'm over this saddle though. My bum's to the point of hurting now. Don't dig it. Don't dig it at all. bleeding 8 bike seats. So 20 mile in, I think it's safe to say that this is definitely a bigger motor than 250, but all of the stuff has been toned down to make it output 250. So the torque and everything you get from it exceeds a 250 motor. I hope that's making sense in what I'm saying. Proper steep hill here. Gotta be 15%. Gone all the way to pedal assist 3, not pedal assist, gear number 3. It's carrying me up there. Zero effort, not puffing, not sweating. Might be sweating, but I'm fat. And here we go. No doubt I'm going to lose my camera. Yeah, not an issue at the moment. Slow down for this corner in case there's someone coming up or a horse. And we're off. That's no problem at all going off-road. As I say, it's not like you're on a mountain bike, but it does the do. That shook that down. Yeah, no problem off-road. So, what do I think of her? She's not a bad bike at all. For the price, for it being an entry-level budget e-bike, the hill climbing ability is absolutely spot on. You've got no issues climbing hills with this at all. I've got a suspicion that the engine is bigger than a 250 watt motor, but with the battery and the controller and everything is limiting that to 250. I know they do the bigger brother of this, which obviously gives you a much higher spec. The 3 levels of pedal assist, it does a job. It absolutely does a job. If you're happy to pootle around at 15.5 mile an hour, you can't go far wrong with this bike. I think they're on sale at the moment for about 699 quid. Normally 999 quid, so there's a big saving there. And if you use promo code NOBBY, capital N, OBBY, leave it down below, I think they're giving you another 30, 50 quid off, something like that. I don't believe I'm getting any commission on these bikes. If it is, it'll be an affiliate link. Bear that in mind. If you are clicking on that link, I may be getting a kickback. It ain't going to change anything I say about this bike. And I don't need your money. Have a look elsewhere, click other links. If you do use other links, still use the promo code NOBBY and get yourself a couple of quid off. What can I say? Suspension seat post. It works, it does work. The saddle isn't the most comfortable. You have got a vent underneath just to keep your Biffin's bridge nice and cool. I did get a dead bum, but the suspension seat post definitely worked, taking out the majority of the bumps. It was a bit clunky to start. It did ease off and get smoother as the ride went on. Brakes work fine. They're still bedding in at the moment, but they stopped me, not a problem at all. Shocks, entry-level shocks, they done a job. They took a lot of the bumps out of the road. It was a nice ride, a nice leisurely pedestrian ride. What can I say about it? I've forgotten the weight. It don't appear to be that heavy. In fact, give me 2 seconds, I'll look at the book. Weight wise, it's coming in at 27 kilo, so it's not overly heavy. You're still going to know if you're lifting it upstairs and stuff like that, but not that bad considering a lot of the other e-bikes. Pedals, held me feet, again, they're entry level. I prefer metal pedals over plastic. It done the job. Again, when you get up to 15 mile an hour and above with the gear set, you are starting to pedal a bit too fast. So you are limited at top speed with this bike. That can be changed out. It's just a cassette to change out. You can put new gears on it if you wish. or cruise at 15 mile an hour. Can't really think of many negatives about it. It's, for what it's marketed for, it does that job. It's a UK legal 250 watt e-bike, well put together, the ride is fine, the motor gives you enough torque up the hills and carries you along. I would say that top end you're going to get 25-30 mile an hour range out of it if you're using it anything above 12 miles an hour, as I've been today. So, you know, it's breaking into that 30 mile range isn't too bad. Does limit you if you want to go bike packing and things like that, because you put more load on, that's going to drop that down to about 20 mile, means you can't go any more than 10 mile away from home. Pedaling it without the pedal assist is doable. I like the fact it's 3-inch, not 4-inch fat tyres. All in all, a good little bike. Certainly for the money, a good bike. Not really a lot to say about it, because it's an entry-level version of a lot of the other e-bikes I've tested. Ergonomics. Let's go on to ergonomics. Sitting up nice and straight, decent leg extension, everything's where it needs to be. It's not an uncomfortable place to be. You are sitting up quite high, so if there are low branches and stuff like that, you are going to give them a quick nut, unless you're proper short in the trunk. Good bike. Good bike. Hitway, BK10. Ta-ra!